Good morning, everyone. We are still here in the Psukim of Bitachon, and we are in Tehillim Chav Gimel still, number 23. Today's verse Daled, verse 4. Gam ki elech begetz hamoves, although I might walk through the valley of death, or the valley that is overshadowed by death, lo ira ra, I fear no evil, ki ata imodi, because you are with me. What do I have to be afraid about if HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with me? Shiftecha u'mishantecha, your rod and your staff, Hema yenachamuni, they comfort me. These are famous words of Dovid HaMelech. We say these words by almost every single Levaya, every funeral, to infuse hope and comfort into those that are mourning. And the idea is that a person will walk in many pathways in life that are going to be gates almavis, that are going to be dark and obscure and very difficult to overcome and understand the different treacherous pathways that a person has to go through. There will be events that take place in a person's life that will be so unknown, where there's possibility for so much insecurity, where a person is so confused by the abundance of darkness that is all around them. A person is very possible that as he walks through the gates Almaves, he walks through that valley that is overshadowed by darkness and death and exile and all of the like. A person can end up losing themselves and end up being absorbed and swallowed up in the darkness that is created around them. However, Dovid HaMelech says, Lo ira ra ki ata imodi, but I am walking through this valley of death. I'm going through the challenges that are dark and obscure in my life. Everywhere that I look, I see more confusion. Everything that happens to me leaves me with a bigger question of why, HaKadosh Baruch, are you doing this to me? And yet I'm Dovid HaMelech, so lo ira ra ki ati imodi, I'm not fearing anything. I'm not getting nervous, I'm not getting anxious, I'm not getting agitated, I'm not getting frustrated. I'm not getting angry at you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, for the things that you've done to me. Ki ata imodi, I know that you're with me. I know that I'm not walking down this path by myself. I know that I'm not dark. I know that there's light that is waiting at the end of the tunnel. I know that that which is difficult to understand now, eventually it will become clear to me why you did what you did, whether I will be privileged to see that truth in this world, or I will have to wait until the ultimate truth in the world to come, but I know you're going to show it to me. And since ki ata imodi, you are with me, I never fear. Shiftecha mishantecha, your rod and your staff. Your rod and your staff, the Meforshim point out, rod is always indicative of the punishments that is coming upon a person. A person gets beaten with a shiftecha, with a staff, with a rod. A person gets pounded, like the little boy in school in the olden days when he would misbehave. He was brought up to the front of the class, and he was told to put out his hand, and the teacher pulled out a rod, the shiftecha, and she banged it on his hand, or he banged it on her hand, or some other place on their body. That's a sign of beatings. It's a sign of difficulty. It's a sign perhaps of pain. However, mishantecha is the staff. It's like the crutch that supports a person. Says Dovid HaMelech, Hema, together yenachamuni, the two of those things will comfort me. Because on one hand, I see, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that you could pummel me sometimes with challenges. I see that it's difficult, and I see that it's painful that I must go through. Yet, who is the one that is sustaining me? Who is the one that is holding me up? Who is the one that brings the refuah, brings the healing to the makor, to the wound, and to the pain? Who is the one that brings the Yeshua, the salvation, to the hardships that a person goes through? It's all you, Rabbi Shalom. And therefore, I know already from the beginning, if there's going to be a rod, there's certainly going to be a staff. If you're going to put me through difficulties, you're certainly going to help me overcome them. If I'm going to be in pain, I know that it's going to get better. If I'm going to get sick, I will be healed. If I will be in dire straits, you'll open everything up for me, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and I'll come plowing through into the world of bliss and the world of bracha. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you run the world in such a way that you do not leave a person stuck forever in the ways that they are in. There is always hope, and there's always something to look forward to, and there's always you, Imadi, you are with me. And since that you are with me, even it's you that is bringing down the rod upon me, I know that it will be you that is going to bring Umishantecha, will bring this support, you'll bring the staff. And together, Heimi and Achamuni, that's why I will derive my comfort. Meaning, even while the rod is hitting, I'll be comforted knowing that it's you, Hashem. Even when I'm challenged, I'll be comforted to know that you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, are the one that is putting me through the challenge. Even when things are dark and closing in all around me and I'm not sure what's happening, I will still find comfort because I know, Ki ata imadi, you are with me. And if I'm going through this, umishantecha, you'll end up bringing the staff that will support me, that will hold me up, that will bring me through this situation I find myself in. And together with the way in which you run the world in such symmetry and perfection, Yenachamuni, I will be comforted all of the time. Have a wonderful day.